Hey guys, welcome back to releasethecraftin. Priscilla here for another full deck challenge hosted by Shauna at Shanouki Art. That's hashtag FDC4, and I am making the ATC for week 3. And the prompts that I chose were clock, postage stamp, ticket, and yellow. And I think you will see that I did 3 out of 4 of those very, very well. We sort of flub up yellow a little bit here, but it's still in there, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So I decided to use this like mop-up book page I have, which has like an alcohol ink background, and then I used it to pick up some of the gold from the last ATC, because I just really like how it looks. Don't worry, guys, I will cover it up. It doesn't matter how it looks. That's just what we do here. So, yeah, I am digging in my supplies for stuff for this, trying to come up with things that I can use up, stuff that I might not necessarily grab, and just stuff that I have sitting around so that I don't have to like spend a lot of time digging to find the perfect item. I just sort of go for what's close by. And the closest thing I have by me are those grabby books, because I'm like, okay, well, you have them now, you have to use them. So I pulled this clock and the postage stamp out of there, and then I have that Tim Holtz book of tickets. So I'm going to use one of those as well, because I just have underutilized that criminally. So yeah, got to get those in here too. I was not going to cut out all these little ridges in this stamp, though. You got me messed up, because it's not going to happen. So I inked it over to sort of play down the fact that I did not cut this stamp out. Because, yeah, I would have been here all day trying to snip out little tiny half circles, and we're not doing that. We're too cute for that, guys. So, yeah, so then I grabbed a ticket to go with the stamp, and sort of came up with an arrangement that I thought was pretty suiting. These, like, ATCs that don't have, like, I don't know, like a particular figure to them are always a little weird to me. Like, not weird, like, to look at, weird to create, because I think I'm just used to sort of centering like a person or an animal or a flower, something like really distinct. But like these always sort of look like a random assortment of things. And here's where I messed up the yellow, because I didn't clean off this brush, and you can see I'm ruining my oxide over here too as well. It'll be fine, don't worry. I didn't clean off this brush sufficiently, so I was like, okay, well, how could I salvage this? Let me see if I can just put some yellow embossing glaze on top, and then that'll make it yellower. The answer was no. It was never going to be yellow. I need an opaque yellow embossing powder, apparently, because this just wasn't meant to be. But I wasn't going to, like, obsess over getting the yellow in there. It's spiritually in there. And then I'm beginning to realize that my crafting style is becoming a lot more spiritual, a lot less substantial, because everything is just sort of becoming spiritually present as opposed to actually present. So yeah, stay tuned for more spiritual crafting with Priscilla. Just freaking goofy. But it's kind of yellow on a very dark brown background. It's a muddy black yellow, and I just have to accept the consequences of my poor lazy actions. So yeah. But like stuff like this, like I don't know, like I know the postage stamp is doing like the bulk of the focal point work here, but for me it doesn't really feel like it's doing anything. Like I feel like I could still come back on top of this with like a paper doll and be like, boom, here's my focal point, and it would work, like I feel like there's something else I could put right directly on top of this. And that's why I always struggle with like these particular types of like arrangements or cards, because I always feel like they're better suited to clusters as opposed to being like here's the main show. So like that's just something I have to personally like work on and get over, because definitely nobody else is feeling this way. It looks fine, and if somebody else showed me this card, I'd be like, oh, great card. But when I look at it myself, I'm like, what if you put something else there? And so yeah, it's just something weird I thought about when looking back at these cards, that even though like I'm happy with how this came out, it's never going to be my favorite, because I just feel like, what if you put a person on it? Would have finished it off. And I could go back and add a person to it, but I do like the arrangement, so like I don't want to throw it off or anything by being like, here's an unnecessary person that you didn't even plan to be in this composition in the first place. But I do like adding the word. I think the word sort of helps it a little bit for me, because now it looks a little bit more intentional and not like I just mashed a bunch of stuff together. Because like a memory keeper can be time, it could be the tickets from things that we've been to, stamps from letters. Those are like things that you can collect to collect like memories. And so I think it works. You guys let me know what you think, because that's going to be the end of it for me for this one. This was a quick one. I will catch you guys all next time. Until then, I appreciate your faces. Happy crafting and goodbye.